Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of P1 Power Gaming. We have exciting news today. So, recently, it was announced just yesterday that update 1.41 of Civ 7 drops the week of June 22nd. Now, we recently just got the huge update, test of time of 1.40. And now Firaxis is just giving us more goodness. So let's kind of dive into it and kind of see what we're going to get. First and foremost, it's been in other Civilization games before. It was missing when Civ 7 first started out. And so hot seat multiplayer, that is a big deal. And so it's not the hugest deal for me, but I have used hot seat multiplayer with my son, and it's a really, really interesting way to play Civilization. And I think for a shared experience on like one console, if you're sitting on the couch, you can pass the controller. In my case, I was sitting at the computer with him, and we were each sitting there taking our turns playing Civilization. And so hot seat multiplayer, I think for like a family, for friends, playing with a significant other, a couple, something like that, I think is a really fun way to play Civilization. And so everyone that is requesting hot seat, I'm thrilled that it's finally here. So that's a really nice addition to this update. And then also we got a new map type, or more of a reworked map type, an archipelago map, which is more highly randomized. Think of countries like Indonesia that has a lot of islands around, like the Ring of Fire, where there's a lot of underwater volcanoes and stuff. It's kind of like that map type where you have a huge number of islands. And then you just kind of have to set sail across the ocean and to find other land masses, and that's how you're going to meet other civs. So you're going to have a lot of naval warfare in these maps. So if you like naval warfare, this is definitely the map for you. And there's not a lot of detail in this last update, but I can kind of theorize about it, and I'm actually really intrigued with it. Essentially, they're reworking government, happiness, and celebrations. It says overhauled the systems to give you deeper strategic choices for the first time. You'll be able to unlock government traditions that persist across ages. So that sounds really interesting. So that's essentially, I think that's going to be like government policies that that's lasting across the ages, or I'm not real sure what they mean by government traditions, but that's very interesting update, as well as leaving a permanent mark on civilization's history. So with happiness, I'm curious if they're going to do something like, if you have an excessive amount of happiness, you always want to be on the positive side for happiness on each city. It counts towards your local happiness as well as the total global happiness, right? But there could be like positive benefits with this update. Maybe it includes celebrations as well. So maybe if you have a city that has like 100 happiness or something like that, maybe they could do something with that. I'm not sure, but that's really interesting that we've got an update. They're working tirelessly on this stuff, I'm sure, in order to put 1.4 out and then put 1.41. These were probably updates that were meant to be in 1.40, but they just didn't quite have time, and they needed extra time, to maybe another month to work on this. That's kind of my guess. But like I said, June 22nd, let's say hot seat, archipelago, as well as happiness. And then here, this is really interesting, more beyond the fog of war. It says, we're scouting ahead, and peace deals are a major focus for development. Stay tuned. So essentially, in another update, I think they're going to do more with peace deals, which I think is also a really nice addition. anytime we can add more to negotiations and things like that in a Civ game, it just gives more choice and more freedom to the player. So kudos to that. Now, past the free 1.41 update, we're getting a new leader pack, essentially, or it's not really an expansion. It's more of like I guess you would call it a leader pack. And it's a paid leader pack called Brush and Blade. And I'm super happy to get this because it's adding new civilizations to the game, new leaders, new wonders. We're getting Japan and Korea, which Japan has been, kind of a major focus and in some of the other Civ games, as far as like a militaristic type civilization. So it's really cool that we're getting that. We're getting Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Two unique civilizations are Sengoku, Japan, and the Heian, Japan. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then 4 powerful new wonders. So here you can kind of see the leader pack. They haven't announced the price, but the other leader packs have essentially been $29. And that sounds like a lot, but you're getting 2 new leaders, 4 civilizations, as well as 4 wonders. So if you look at some other games that have content released, like let's say Street Fighter, for example, or something like that, getting 4 civilizations and 2 leaders and 4 wonders, I don't think it's really a bad price point whatsoever. Now, when you pay for this, it's going to be split between this month and next month. You can pay for the entire pack now, and then in June you'll get the Japanese downloadable content, and then in July they will release the Korean downloadable content, and you've already paid for that, so you'll just get that without additional cost once you pay for it the first time. So recently, I think earlier today, we also found out that a little more information about Japan and Toyotomi. Essentially, it's a militaristic cultural civilization. So if you like war, but you also like culture, I'm a big culture player myself. This is really a really nice civilization. It's essentially its leader agenda. I think it's called Kampaku. It likes civilizations that have a lot of land and culture. So civilizations that are kind of sprawling in scale, but also produce a lot of culture. He's going to really like you. However, the opposite is true. If you don't have a lot of land and you don't have a lot of culture, then he's probably going to act more like a warlord and try to take you over. He has a few interesting leader bonuses as well that Firaxis has kind of given us. Essentially, the land units, I'm not sure if this is all land units or a specific land unit, but the land unit does double damage, but it also takes double damage. So it's very much offensive, which kind of, I think, fits that type of civilization during this period. The other leader bonus, I think he has 3. They heal an additional 5 hit points, and those hit points are doubled on cultural buildings or wonders. So if you're healing inside your territory, you're going to be healing for quite a bit on those cultural buildings, or if you're on a wonder. And then the last leader bonus that Toyotomi has is 25% production, and then it says towards culture buildings, it's doubled. So I have questions around this, because this sounds very, very broken. A 25% production that's flat seems like a lot of production when you're talking about multiple cities. And then I don't mind the doubling that towards culture. You're going to put out culture buildings really, really fast. So time will tell. Like I said, expansion pack gets released, or downloadable content gets released on the 22nd. I'm sure they've tested this thoroughly. I don't think he's going to be like excessively broken, but I think it's definitely, if you like militaristic play and culture, those two sometimes can be at opposite ends of the spectrum, but I think this is going to mesh very well. And anytime that Firaxis gives us a new leader, new civilizations, new maps, new wonders, anytime we get any of that, I'm very, very excited. I'm wanting more DLC, and hopefully eventually we get an expansion or two with the game. Well, that's all I had to talk about, guys, and I look forward to the update, and I hope you guys do too. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.